So today I just want to talk to you about the miracle question. When I read in the Gospels where Jesus says to love others, I'm like, how do I do that? Well, the miracle question has taken me to a whole new place in being excited about even meeting total strangers, but especially when I know people or even have them over to my house for a repair or something like that. Because you see, just below the surface of everyone's life, there are real needs, real issues, real concerns, real problems that people are facing. And when you ask this question, I can't tell you why, but it just like pops right through to the surface. I can't tell you how many people that I've never even met in my entire life have revealed to me some of the deepest, darkest, most painful experiences and asked, could God help me? And asked me if I would pray for them. So here's how it works. The question has three parts, and you have to ask it all at the same time. That's the important part, because that way there's no bait and switch, there's no surprise at the end. They've heard exactly what you're going to say, and because they've heard it, when they start to answer it, you don't have to ask any more questions. When you get to the end, you can just say, I'm going to pray for you right now, and you just start praying. I have done this in the lines at McDonald's, checking to make sure there's no one behind me. Yes. I've done this with waiters. I've done this with waitresses. I have asked this question hundreds of times, literally, and I can tell you more than 95% of the time, a person will respond and you'll get to pray in a way that you just are floored by God that He's invited you into this moment of cherishing, treasuring, and showing people that God's love is real for them. So here's how it works. The miracle question goes like this. If God were to do a miracle for you right now, what would it be? And can I pray for you? I'll say it again. If God were to do a miracle right now, what would it be? And can I pray for you? So the three parts are, if God were to do a miracle right now. So this is like right now, what is that issue? What is that thing that is just really your thorn in your flesh, or that stone in your shoe, and it just has never gone away, or it's something that's right there that you're just thinking about, you wish you had an answer for. So if God were to do a miracle right now, what would it be? You're asking and inviting them to give you what it is. And then the third part is, I'm going to pray for you. So if God were to do a miracle for you right now, what would it be? And can I pray for you? That way, when they start to answer, you don't have to ask permission again. You've already put it all out there. So sometimes I've done it, and people have said, like, you're going to pray right now? I'm like, yeah. Like, why not? And they're like, okay. So it might throw them off a little bit, but oftentimes they are not distracted at all. And I can't tell you, sometimes when I just even ask the question, if God were to do a miracle for you right now, what would it be? And can I pray for you? People have started crying right there before anything's ever even happened. This is a way to make the idea of 1 Corinthians 13 to love people around us in practical ways so actionable, because you could be in an elevator and just turn to the person if you're alone and say, hey, I have a question I like to ask people. And usually they're inquisitive, like, what's the question? And you say, if God were to do a miracle in your life right now, what would it be? And can I pray for you? And they're like, ah. Now, sometimes people will go, that's a deep question. I'm like, yeah, but do you have an answer? And they'll usually share. Sometimes when a person gets stuck, I do have a comeback question. They're like, I don't know. Like, what could that be? So I make it kind of a simpler baby step. I'll say, if there's one place that you wish your life would change, like right now, and your response to that change would be, wow, that's amazing. Oftentimes that will just unblock whatever is stuck, the dam that's stuck, and they'll go, oh, yeah, I need a better job. Or, oh, yeah, my wife needs, or oh, my kids need. All of a sudden, the answer comes right to them. So sometimes the miracle idea does go too far, and it kind of paralyzes them because they don't know. It's such a big question. And so if you can bring it back down to just something so simple as, if something were to change in your life right now, what would it be? That your response would be, that's amazing, or that's so wonderful, or what a relief. They oftentimes will get unstuck and give you something to pray for. And then you just say, okay, I'm going to pray right now. Sometimes I'll ask, can I put my hand on their shoulder? And right now in this season, I probably wouldn't do that. I'll just say, I'm going to pray right now. And I just close my eyes and start. And then at the end, I say, Amen, and look up. And often they are in tears. So this week, we want you to break the fear of man by asking that question at least 3 times. First is with somebody in your family. That should be easy. Next is a friend. It could be a Christian friend or a non-Christian friend. That should be pretty easy. And the third is, though, we want you to pick a coworker, a friend, or someone you know is not a believer or maybe not really spiritually minded and ask them that question. And then the fourth one, which is like the challenge one, is to ask it of somebody who's totally a stranger. It could be somebody that knocks on your door because they want to give you a lawn service, or out at dinner and your waiter comes or your waitress comes, or you're in line at the bank and you see there's no one behind you, or they're at the gas station, or wherever you are where you find a person is kind of lingering for a moment, and you can say, hey, can I ask you a question? And then they say, yeah, what? Say, if God were to do a miracle in your life right now, what would it be? And can I pray for you? And then just watch and then pray. It's amazing that God is always there ahead of us, waiting and inviting us into the moment.